orchestrated this scam on humanity was none other than Kalin Zafin. As Zack watched and listened, he racked his brain for a way to let the majority of the Azloreans know the truth, and wondering whether anyone would believe him if he could. But Zack was facing daunting odds. The video images being displayed on the enormous screens placed around the venue were horrific, even if that was their intended purpose. Charred and mangled bodies of young natives, the incinerated remains of once glorious cities, and looped film of the human warships making strafing runs on the innocent people of Voris. The gasps of horror and screeches of anger had been erupting from the audience for the past 2 hours. The propaganda campaign was in full motion, and it was working. Everyone in the room knew who and what Zack was, and if not for a screen of frustrated, yet loyal, guards, the crowd would have stormed the observation box and ripped Zack to pieces. Perhaps that was coming. Colin mentioned a demonstration. So far it had just been talk and video. The death of Zack Murphy could be the pièce de résistance, the culmination of the show. But on the other hand, that wouldn't fit Colin's agenda. He intended on keeping Zack around until Earth was a smoking cinder. Only after that would he put Zack out of his misery. "This is all bullshit and you know it," Zack growled to the Antarian. "Of course," Colin replied with a grin. "But you must admire the genius in the strategy. It has worked to perfection. Within the next few minutes the Azloreans will declare war on Earth and establish their fealty with the Seken. There will be nothing your feeble race can do to stop the inevitable. Not even your vaunted REVs will be able to save you now. And all this shows is how superior the Antari are to humans, and how the actions of an individual, my actions, can influence the affairs of the galaxy so dramatically." "You lied to them." "No, I lied to you. There is a difference. The Seken were unaware of my full plan. However, many prominent Azloreans contributed to the deception. They have watched the Seken as they gain territory from the humans. They did not want to be left behind. But unlike the Seken, who will go to war at the slightest provocation, the Azloreans needed more of an incentive. Your attack has given them that incentive. There will be no stopping them now, competing with the Seken for who can destroy the human race the fastest. And then later, with the scent of empire strong on their skin, the Azloreans will continue with their conquests, while the staid and unambitious Seken will return quietly to their home world." "So what's in it for you?" Zack asked. "There is much. The Antari will serve as the guiding advisors to the Azloreans, even as we gradually indoctrinate them into the ways of the Order. For your information, the Azloreans are a very religious race. They will be easy converts to the Order, giving my people and me tacit control over the new empire. Eventually, Antara will rule the galaxy and without ever having to face the Seken or the Azloreans in battle. For that, you must recognize the significance of what I have set in motion. For one being, one Antarian, to manipulate 2 of the most powerful races in the galaxy to do my bidding is truly impressive. And all of this has happened after you and your altered savages so unceremoniously chased me from my home world." Colin now glared at Zack, his yellow eyes burning with anger. "Be assured, Zack Murphy, that although I will gain much satisfaction from the destruction of Earth, my hatred for your accursed species will never be extinguished, even as your race is quickly swept aside and forgotten. It will haunt me until the day I die." "Well, there's that to look forward to," Zack replied with a grin. There came a sudden shift in the droning speeches by the Azlorean dignitaries as one began to scream while pointing at the north end of the arena.